Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the second in our series of mini pods for Dying Matters Week. I'm Lyndsey Conquest, an independent celebrant based in Bedfordshire.
And I'm Kirstie Atherton. I'm also an independent celebrant and I'm based in the Northwest. You are listening to Not If, But When.
Right then, Kirstie, let's talk funeral tunes.
Yes, let's. Now, I'm going to have to start this with a bit of a caveat because I'm not very good at music. I'm not someone who would be in the house generally listening to music on my own. Tend not to do that kind of thing. Um, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't really feel that sort of knowledgeable, I suppose. Although anybody who knows me knows I know every single word to every single rubbish 80s pop song. But I couldn't tell you what most of them were called, and I definitely couldn't tell you who they were by. So I've
I'm
had to,
exactly the same as that.
yeah.
I cannot remember names of bands, names of artists, names of songs, but
No.
I know that I love a lot of songs.
I always get laughed at home because I'll say like, "Oh, is this such a body?" Apparently, I always think everything's Snow Patrol, so I'm told. But I don't know. That's that. Yeah, I just have to believe them. They might just be winding me up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I did have to think long and hard about this, but I've got them. I've got them. So I've got five actually that I'm going to talk to you about, but I
Okay.
think obviously we kind of mix it up. So I'm going to start with my entrance music, and my entrance music is a song called A Reminder, which is by Trevor Hall, East Forest, which I know is going to make everyone go, huh? Okay, so I've got a bit of a story about this one. So I've got this lovely friend who is one of those people who will try anything. And she runs this women's organization that I've been involved with. And we did a dawn walk up a massive hill near where I live that used to be a colliery and now has this huge, beautiful statue on the top. So we walked up there in the pitch dark and watched the sunrise from the top. There was a little group of us. We actually ended up doing laughing yoga at the top, which was a whole other thing, which one of my friends has never got over the humiliation of. But I digress. Anyway, and so this friend who organized it, she's into cold water swimming. And when she first started doing it, she went to a thing where they did like breath work and stuff beforehand. And this was the song that they played there. And she played it for us when we were sat at the top of the hill and the sun was coming up. And oh, I just absolutely love it. It's quite repetitive, really. It's not got a lot of lyrics to it. Um, but the refrain of it, the thing that's repeated a lot through it is um, my love is just a reminder, find your center. And it just really said something to me. So, yeah, that is my going in music. Have you got going in music?
I have got going in music. My going in music is a song called The Story, and it's by a lady called Brandy Carly. I don't know if you know Brandy Carly.
No?
Um, so it's a song. So I'm someone that really, well, I suppose a lot of people are, I get hit by lyrics of songs.
Yeah.
But also
That
just
does not surprise me, Lyndsey.
no,
That would be you.
no. And I think certain sort of tones of singers and certain tones of songs as well, sort of hit me in different ways. But lyrics are so important to me. So sometimes, I have people choose songs and I think, oh, have you actually listened to the lyrics? Because I know them
Yes.
in my head, and you think,
Yes.
but this one, it actually starts with the lyrics. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am.
Oh,
So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. And
oh,
I
yes.
yeah, and then it just goes on saying that, I am who I am because of you. And I just think that it's a really nice
Oh,
message to for my funeral. But I listen to it now. It's lovely. It's
yeah.
a lovely song, really lovely song. So that is
Yeah.
my entrance song, and I would, yeah, please go and listen to it, people. Go and have a little listen and see if you love it as much as me. So,
Well,
but
our
don't
intention is to
pinch it for your entrance song because it's mine. I like to be
That's it, it's
unique.
gone. You can't have that one,
Yeah,
everybody. That one's
yeah,
already
that's
been
struck off
backseated.
a Spotify playlist forever. No one's allowed it.
And because I am such a good friend to you, I'm going to say to you, what lines across your face, Lyndsey? What are you talking about? My
Yeah.
next choice is actually probably my very favorite song ever, ever, ever. And it is Together in Electric Dreams by Giorgio Moroder and
Love
Phil
it.
Oakey.
Love it.
I adore this song so much. Every time I hear it in my heart. It makes the ears of my heart stand up, and I just adore it. So I don't know. I'm going to leave this down to my family, whether they're going to want a slideshow of images or not, whether I'm going to live so far into the future that there's going to be some form of like ABBA voyage kind of hologram sitch going on, and I'll dance along and sing to it live there with you all. So if they want to have a slideshow of images or the equivalent of, this would be a good song for that. And if they don't, I just want it playing anyway. And I actually want every single person to sing along to it. And I genuinely mean every single person, and not in a way of like, trying to mime it and do it properly. And no, I want you to absolutely sing it as out of tune as you want, as though nobody is listening. At today's funeral that I did, it ended with a piece of classical music with everybody in the congregation going na 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 na,
Oh,
at
fab.
the instruction of the chief mourner. And yeah,
Amazing.
perfect.
Yeah,
So what's your
definitely.
next choice?
My next choice is again the same as you. I would want this for a visual tribute slideshow if my family chose that, and it's Drops of Jupiter by Train.
Ah, yes.
It's an absolute favorite of mine, but I think it's just, you know, I really believe that, we are energy, and that when we die, that energy doesn't just disappear. That
And I
energy,
really agree.
yeah, that energy
Yeah.
goes somewhere. And I just think this song works with that idea,
Yeah.
that, wherever I am, I'm everywhere basically. You can't get rid of me. I'll be up
That's
there
the
in the
bloody truth,
atmosphere.
isn't it?
It really is. So I just absolutely love that song. Really love it.
Yeah.
Love singing along to it. And yeah, so that would be my next choice.
I love that, Linda, and I love your reasoning behind it. And I love the whole kind of, we're all made of stars type. Yeah,
Mhm.
just beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
gorgeous. I like that. Um, my next choice is possibly slightly controversial because this is actually mine and my daughter's song. This is our song, and it is Landslide, and it's by Fleetwood Mac, and they are my all-time favorite band. I absolutely adore Fleetwood Mac.
I love
Um,
it, mate.
yeah, and this song is so, so beautiful. And obviously hope this doesn't happen. But if I were to leave her earlier than I want to leave her, obviously not if but when, I will leave her one day.
Yeah.
But if I were to leave her much earlier than I hope to, this is what I want to leave her with. Particularly, I want her to know that time does indeed make you bolder.
Lovely. Lovely. I love that. Love it. No.
Thank you. Oh, I'm having a minute.
I know you're making me have a minute.
That's all right.
Okay. My next one, and I know that I played this to you when we were having a few glasses of wine in
Us?
World.
No.
The Aeroplane by Tim Mitchin.
Yes.
And it's just one I heard really randomly one day, and I think it came up on my playlist, just random. It wasn't one that I'd stored, and I
Mm.
just absolutely loved it. It just says, that if you, yeah, if you could basically, I'd build an aeroplane and I'd fly to where you are, and then it talks about building a rocket ship to
Yeah.
get to you. And it's a really nice sort of reflective piece of music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's got a really nice feel to it. And I think that, yeah, that's definitely a choice that I would include. And again, go and listen to it if you haven't heard of it, because he
It's lovely.
sings
Love a
he
bit of
sings
Tim
with a young
Minchin.
girl, and I can't remember her name now. But it's beautiful, beautiful. She's got a lovely voice as well. So that's
Gorgeous.
my third choice, and I think for sort of like a reflection type
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. Okay, this is weird.
Weird, you
I
weird.
just exactly. I know you're stunned. Okay, so I am going to be buried, as you know, and as I am lowered, into my grave, I want to have this played, and it's really bizarre because it's actually a version of "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child.
Oh my God, I need to
And
listen to this.
you really do. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, and it's a little bit strange, obviously, because the lyrics of "Say My Name" are, they're not exactly appropriate, but
Yeah.
the refrain of "Say My Name" I think is really something that really matters, and it's a version of it by, and I won't be pronouncing this right, and if I was being more organized I would have gone on pronunciation to work out how to pronounce it. So this dude is from Iceland. Cheers for
Right,
that.
okay.
So, and his name is Olafur Arnolds, and
Right,
it's
okay.
gorgeous. It's basically like a sort of mashup of like a kind of classical music, I guess, and bit of Queen Bee. So there you go. That's what
Nice.
I want to have for that moment.
Right, that's another one I need to go and have a listen to then.
Yes, well, hopefully we can get a playlist up somewhere for this, can't
Yeah,
we? So people can find them
definitely.
easily. And
That's our aim. So we will get
yeah,
working on that. So lovely.
what have you got next?
Okay, my next one is for whatever I decide to happen to my body when I die. As if
When we
you
shoot you
listen
out the
to our
cannon.
yeah, if you listen to our previous mini pod, you will know that I'm a little bit undecided. But either
Yes.
way, whether it's a committal in a crematorium, how I do a lot of my services is I have a sort of instrumental piece of music playing in the background of my committal words. But I would like an instrumental version of this playing during that part of the service. But then I would like it to go into the full lyrics and listen to the whole song. And this is a song that I know my eldest daughter loves as well. And it is Feeling Good by Nina Simone.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's just a
Oh,
favorite. It's
yes.
one that we've always loved listening to in the car. It's one that I used to listen to with my best friend. And it's just a lovely song, a beautiful voice. And
Yeah.
I would like to think that everyone would just at that point in the service, it's just a message to tell them, that wherever I am, up in the atmosphere,
Yeah.
that all is good. It's thinking,
Yeah, that it's a new dawn, it's a new
yeah,
day. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's beautiful. Isn't it odd when isn't it like wonderful when you hear a song in the context of a funeral and you might have heard it, hundreds and hundreds of times before, but you hear it in that context and suddenly go, oh
yeah,
yeah, I get that in a different way now. I love
yeah.
that. I haven't ever thought about that as a committal song, but that's gorgeous, isn't it?
Nice
Yeah,
one, I think. Yeah.
yeah, beautiful choice and gorgeous voice. Absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous voice.
amazing. Yeah. Okay, what's your
Right.
last one?
Okay, now this isn't any kind of walking out music because in the future, when we go on to talk about our perhaps quirks and eccentricities of the things we want from our funeral, I don't necessarily want a kind of walking in, walking out kind of traditional thing. You'll be stunned to know that, I'm sure, as well. So this isn't walking out music, and it isn't because I am a Liverpool Football Club fan, because I'm not because I have anything against them. Obviously, like every woman in the Northwest, straight, gay, queer, whatever, I have a crush on Jurgen Klopp because he's just one of the most amazing men in the world. But so it isn't a football thing, although there is a tradition of Liverpool supporting in my family. I don't know one end of a football from another, could not really care any less if I tried. However, since I have started this job, I've heard this many, many, many times because it's the song, obviously, in my local area because there are so many Liverpool supporters. It is, of course, You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Pacemakers. It is for me the perfect funeral song, I think, because as an extremely non-religious person, I think the thing that us kind of atheists miss out on is that real sense of communal singing, of that joining our voices together and it joining our hearts together.
Yeah,
And the lyrics of this, I think, are really beautiful.
yeah.
I know that it matters to a lot of people in my life enormously. I know it matters to people I know who were affected by Hillsborough.
Hmm.
Um, it's got so many layers to it for me. And every time I hear it, it just makes my heart soar. Last year I did a funeral for a lady whose husband is a steward at Anfield, and he wanted to have this. And we talked about it being the exit music, and generally speaking, when the exit music comes on in a creme, everybody would still be sat down at that point. So we talked about it, and he said, "Oh, no, Chris, I don't want anyone sat down when this is on. You don't sit down when this song comes on. You stand up and you open your mouth." And he got everybody singing it, and it was just so beautiful. It's the first time that I've stayed in for the whole of the exit track, because I just had to stand there and sing along as well. Yeah, so there you go. It's You'll Never Walk Alone.
Lovely. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that.
A
Okay,
bit
do
of
you
a
want
corny one.
yes. So my last my last one. Oh, I was going to say as well, Kirstie, I don't think there is an end of a football.
Is there not?
I just got to add that in.
Is there not? Oh God, you know,
No.
I really do
Yeah.
need to start paying attention.
My last song is Heart and Soul. Now, if you've listened to our introductory podcast, you will have
Yes.
heard that I like not only giraffes, but I also like T'Pau a lot. I love T'Pau. I love their music. And
Oh,
Heart and Soul is my favorite piece of music. It's a piece of music I used on some of my promo stuff when I first became a celebrant.
oh,
It's a
gorgeous.
really feel good tune. But similarly to you, Kirstie, I don't want people walking out to it. I want people listening to it. I want people drinking champagne while they're listening to it. And if my family are unable to get T'Pau in to sing it,
Oh, actually live.
yeah, I would
Okay,
like
right.
a gospel choir to sing Heart and
Sure.
Soul, because I know it's extra, but come on, I've died. Let's be
Oh,
a bit extra.
if
So
there's if there's not a day you can be extra, that's got to be your funeral day.
and I really, really would love to have a gospel choir, because
Oh,
just listening to any music sang by a gospel choir just gives me just the most amazing feeling, and the
yeah,
hairs on your arm stand up, and I
yeah.
think, like, I have never heard a gospel choir sing Heart and Soul by T'Pau. So if anyone's out there and they'd like to record it and send it over to us, please do.
Imagine. Oh, the
Um,
excitement. That would be
yeah, but
amazing.
that is my final song, a glass of champagne and Heart and Soul being sang by a gospel choir.
Well, on that
There you
note, yes. Yes, absolutely superb. Goodness me. So everybody join us again tomorrow,
go.
where we will give you another whistle stop tour around our own funeral thoughts. So tomorrow we are going to be talking about a subject which I am far more comfortable with, and I know that Lyndsey is extremely comfortable with too, and that is readings.
Yeah, indeed. So until then, dying matters, but so does living.
Indeed it does.
Bye.
Bye.